Good morning, you beautiful people, and welcome back to the vlog. Hey, Cleo, come here. Come say good morning to the people. Hey, don't be rude, dude. Don't be rude. Say good morning. He said good morning. That'll work. That passes in my book. All right. I don't know what the day has in store for me. Well, I won't say the day because I'm in the Lord's hands. I don't know what the Lord has in store for me today. Yeah, that's better. I don't know what the Lord has in store for me today. But I intend on finding out. Yeah, hopefully it's something interesting. Ooh, let me get a little cold start for you guys. Fresh in the morning. Fresh in the morning. It sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. I like it. I think it sounds great. You don't have to like it, but I didn't put it on for you. I put it on for me. Oh man, I forgot to throw that cup away. Okay. All right. I hope there's something interesting in store today. All I know is that the first order of business for the day is get a coffee. Well, I mean, that's not the first order of business for the day. The first order of the business for the day is some praise and worship. That's all gotta be first order of business. Man, the Lord is so good. Let me just tell you guys. Okay, so last night I was praying to the Lord. I said, Lord, I just want to return back to a heart of worship. You know, when I first gave my life to the Lord, I spent a lot of time in the Word. But more than anything, I spent a lot of time singing to the Lord. And I'm going to be honest, that is when I felt closest to the Lord, is when I had the worship music going, on my knees, lifted. And it also led me into prayer, much deeper prayer. And I cried a lot more often, and I really felt the Holy Spirit, you know? But it's like somewhere over the course of the last 2 years, after about, I'd say maybe like the first year, so somewhere in the last year really, it's like something just changed, and I kind of like, I stopped worshiping, and you know, like I started trying to, like, I guess, worship in the practical ways, you know, and I felt very, very far from God. Like, I know He's close, like I know He's near. I'm not far like I once was, but he didn't feel close, and I couldn't figure out what it was, man. I couldn't figure out what it was, because the Lord said He'll never leave me nor forsake me. So it's got to be something on my end, you know. And I guess for me, I'm just like, worship, dude. Worship. So today, it's like the first day of that. That's where I ended up this morning. I ended up in worship, and I really want the Lord to bring me back into that tomorrow morning. Because what a way to start the morning, dude. Like, I feel like I started the morning with Dad, with our Father in heaven, you know, and that's a great feeling. Dude, I almost never make this light while it's green, because you gotta make a right turn, then you go straight to get to this light. But luckily, there's a freaking gas station right here where you just sit there and you just go straight and bust a Yui in the gas station instead. And then wham bam done. Back to your regular scheduled programming. Dude, my car is freaking loud this morning. Jeez. Having the exhaust modified on this car has taught me anything. Is exhaust is cool, but loud all the time is not. Like, I definitely wish I had a valve system on this car. I'm so excited to pay this car off one day. I even have it written in my journal. I've got all the bills that I got to get paid off. I wrote in the journal the bill, who I owe it to, and then I wrote paid next to all of them. And then there's another dash. And at the end of the dash, whenever the bill gets paid, I'm going to put the date that the bill was paid. Okay? And I have the date. I wrote it all in the paper. Or on the paper, I put the date on there. And so, whenever the Lord does it, I'm going to revisit that page. And I'm going to see the dates. And I'm going to kind of just like reflect on it. Maybe it'll turn into a video. Who knows? But like, I've got a feeling, dude, something crazy is about to happen soon. I don't know what, and I don't know in what manner, but I feel like something's gonna happen soon. You know? It's just something I feel in my bones. And even now as I say that, like, I'm getting excited. Okay. Alright. See what the Lord has in store for the vlog today. I'm listening to Air One Radio, and they just shared, so I'm going to share. If you're watching this, go check it. But apparently, all of Walmart has put a recall on their shrimp, the Great Value brand frozen shrimp, because apparently radioactive material has been found in the shrimp. What? Why is there even? How do you even get radioactive material anywhere near shrimp? Somebody's about to start growing an extra finger or something. Some Dutch Bros. Yeah. All right. So apparently they have like sticker days at Dutch Bros. The last time I came in, they were giving out stickers. I was like, yeah, I'll take one. I still haven't put it on anything. I'll put it on something at some point. But this is the one I got. Just some cards. No, cool. And then I just got this one. I feel like these are pretty high quality stickers. These are nice. I like this one a lot. Living for killer coffee, dude. That's great. That's a great sticker. That works for me. Like, the only thing my shirt's missing is blue and lightning bolts. Hold on. Hold on, ready? Who do I look like? Oh man. I crack myself up. If you don't crack yourself up, you ain't living right. I'm just saying. I am a professional, dude. Not a drop was spilt. And the spaz out. I don't know what happened there. Like I lost the cup of coffee and I had to catch it. Literally, I did that as someone was driving up past my car. I hope they got a good laugh. I hope they did. I really do. Oh. Don't want that just out in the open. Alright. I'm trying to figure out what to do today. Or really this week. I'm trying to find car meets to go to. I need money! Because there's some, like, for me, I gotta go Houston, like Houston area. That's the best bet. Because to go anywhere further, like, bro, I got a knot on one tire. It's not a bad one. It's a little tiny one, but still, I got a knot on a tire. I need an oil change. And like, I'm not in desperate need of spark plugs, but the last thing I need is to need a spark plugs, and then I'm far from home. That's an expensive tow bill that I don't have the money for. So I need some money. What I need is for you guys to like and subscribe, so I can, I don't even need to earn a lot. Like I just need to earn enough to get me through the day. One day. A day's coming soon. I can feel it. It's close. I don't know how close, but it's freaking close, dude. The hardest part about not having money, like, I don't care what anybody thinks about me whatsoever. Like, I don't care. I don't care if I've got the biggest, nicest, fanciest house. I don't care if I'm driving the most luxurious car, like wearing the most exclusive jewelry. Like, I don't care for none of that, so it's like, that's not even what I want money for. I just want to enjoy life. I want to work hard. I want to build. I want to create, and I want to enjoy life. And for the longest time, dude, I didn't have any like ambition. I just kind of just walked around with my head hung low. Like, what is the point to life? What's the point? And it's like, when I thought of anything to like work towards or work hard for, it was just like cars, whatever, That's the only thing that really like brought me joy, is cars. And so since I gave my life to Christ, it's like now all of a sudden it's like I want a wife and children, and I'm thinking about like investing and basically building this whole life where I can create generational wealth and take care of my family for generations. You know what I mean? And really just break every generational curse, And so it's like now that's like all I really think about. And now it's like I have a desire to go out and enjoy life. And I know that there's more to life now. And I want to go see those things. You know what I mean? And it's like I want to build things now. And then I get these ideas, and it's like, oh, that's great. And I get excited about them, and I want to do something with the idea. I don't want to just be the guy who comes up with a whole bunch of, unstarted projects and unfinished projects and all of that. You know what I mean? But then it's like, okay, I want to do this. All right, what do I do? How do I do it? And then I run into the roadblock of I need money. I don't have money. And it gets so frustrating. And all anybody can tell me is, oh, well, get a job. No shit, Sherlock. Pardon my language. I get very frustrated. I'm a little frustrated. But it's like I apply to jobs, you know, and I keep applying, and I go to interviews. The interviews would seem to go great, but at the end of the day, the job just doesn't happen. And it's so frustrating because it's like, what the frick do I do then? You know, and it's like, I realize, okay, I can't do anything. I have to sit there and wait until the Lord gives me that blessing, gives me that provision. And it's like, okay, well, what do I do from now until then? You know, and it's like, okay, I guess just film content and be faithful with that. But it gets frustrating because, like, this has been ongoing for like 2 years. Oh, dude, that thing is so cool. I think they're way cooler than a slingshot. Let me show you. Look at that thing. Oh, dude, those things are sick. Those things are pretty rad. I remember seeing one a few months back, actually, for the first time. I was like, dude, what is that thing? It's pretty cool. I think it'd be cool if they took that same body style and design and turned it into like an actual car. I wish they made cars how they used to. And so that's kind of like another thing too, is like, I enjoy cars. And so it's like, what do I film? You know? And so when I think about like, what do I vlog? It's like, all right, I like cars and I love Jesus. Cars and Jesus, you know? And it's like, okay, the Jesus part doesn't cost me any money. It's free to tell you about Jesus, guys. Jesus is amazing. But like the car part and everything else, that requires money. That requires money to go do things. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not even looking to spend like crazy amounts of money. But like, you know, like there's a car meet, or there's some car events happening in different spots throughout Texas just this weekend. You know, and I'd like to go. But I need the maintenance items on my car taken care of. Don't currently have the money for that. So already out of the question. But even if those maintenance items were taken care of, I still need money for gas and food, you know. So just being able to get to a point where it's like I'm able to do those things would be amazing. You know, and the waiting, it gets frustrating. It gets frustrating. I know that my Lord will provide. I know that He will, you know, and I know He's going to. It's just I don't know when, you know, and it's like I would like to know when. But I don't get to know when. I don't get to know when. I wish I did, but I don't. It gets difficult. Okay, so I'm listening to Air One Radio, Christian channel, by the way, for all you guys wanting a Christian radio channel. I don't listen to the radio often, but when I do, that's really who I listen to. But they just put a question on the air. Well, he's been trying to answer this question he found on X the last 2 weeks. It's a would you rather question. And so I'm asking you guys, would you rather have, would you rather have a pet dragon that bakes cookies, or a talking cat who is a comedian? And right out the gate, I'm taking the talking cat. Because, like, to me, dude, okay, a talking cat that tells jokes, That's got to be the funniest comedian on the face of the planet. A talking cat that tells jokes. I imagine like some like kind of like raspy voice in a way, you know? Just, oh, dude, that would be so freaking funny. The dragon, sure, he can bake cookies, and it's a dragon, and it'd probably let me fly him, which means I'd never have to drive again, and it would be cool. It would be cool. But if I don't have a house big enough for the dragon, he's gonna destroy my kitchen and everything else. And we can't have that. We can't have that. It's like, look, bro. I guess it's a dragon. He can't really mess with the dough. Dude, that is like a whole new definition to the easy bake oven. Because you just, all right, cookies, here you go. Done. You know? Bro, you can turn out some cookies like left and right. Imagine you run a bakery and someone's like, dude, how do you pump out so many cookies? You just open the door and there's a dragon back there swiping trays, just whoop, you know, it's just breathing fire on all the trays. Swipe, whoosh, you know? It's like, oh, it's just my easy bake oven. That's how I produce all my cookies. Just, that's how we keep up with the demand. That would be funny. Oh, man. Okay. Something super cool. Okay, super cool. I was looking at, like, racetracks that I could go to just, like, drive. Like, you know, is there, like, any racetracks that, like, I could just show up to in the Houston area and just drive? And honestly, we don't really have racetracks. There's MSR Houston, which is weird because it's an hour outside of Houston. So there's that track, but there isn't like any like session costs or whatever, like drive for X amount of hours, you know, on the website. So the only option like I'm seeing to actually look at is membership. But that costs $5,000 is the initiation fee. And then it's $300 something a month. That's absurd. I don't have that kind of money. So driving at MSR Houston is not possible. I would really freaking like to. But there is a racetrack called Grand Sport Speedway, like 30 minutes from where I'm at. And I tried to go on their website to look, just see like how everything is and whatnot. And it says the website's unavailable. So I'm going to go there right now. It's 30 minutes away, according to Google. And I feel like one of two things is going to happen. Actually, one of three things is going to happen. They're still open, and I find out all the information for driving and all of that. And that's cool. Successful scout mission, right? Thing number two is they're open and I get to drive today. Number three, they're closed or it's no longer operational and has been shut down. And I can't drive. I committed 4 scenarios. And then scenario 4 is they're also shut down, non-operational, but I can get my car back there and then we go have a private track day on an abandoned track. I don't know. I don't know if it's still in use or not. Shoot, there could be a whole warehouse in full-fledged company there right now. Like it could be anything. I don't actually know. I just need to get my stuff together. Ooh. Grab my almonds, and then I need water, more water, and then ready to go. Oh, dude, I'm really hoping that this turns out well for me. And well for me would be on the track driving. What would be a lot of fun is if the track's abandoned. And then I get to like find a way to sneak onto the racetrack and make like a whole video. That would be crazy, dude. Racing on an abandoned racetrack. Dude, what a video that would be. Dang. Okay. If that turns out to be the case, I'm going back. When I edit this video, I will be cutting out the name of the racetrack. Because if that sucker's abandoned, you're talking about I get to show up and race for free whenever I want, as long as nobody finds out. And so the best way to do that is to not tell anybody where it's at. So if it turns out to be this way, yeah, nobody will know where it's at. And then it would be like my own private little racetrack until I get found out or until one day I buy it. Who knows? You know, that's something that like I think would just be so cool to have. Just like my own personal enjoyment. It's like my own private racetrack. Like just imagine, wake up, dude, imagine a life, okay? Imagine a life where you wake up and you just get to decide what it is you're going to do for the day. Right? Like, there's food in the house. You own the house. You own the property the house sits on. You don't got to go to the grocery store because you grow all your own food, harvest all your own protein, you know, and you own a business. And then so you're like, you literally just wake up, you got family, and you can do whatever you want that day. You don't have to be anywhere because the only place to be is home. Like, because you own everything and, you know, like, oh, dude. And so basically you just, like, I could wake up and just, you know what? I'm going to start my morning off with an hour on the racetrack. I just turn laps for an hour, you know? And then like, dude, I don't know. And then when you're done doing that, like you own a farm, and then so you just go work on the farm and grow the farm and like build improvements and raise up the animals and all of that. And just like your life, it's actually your life at that point, you know? Because like you go to work and you trade 10 hours of your day for some money at the end of the week to pay for the things that you have. And so like at which point like you don't actually have a life. It's an illusion of freedom. Like Because you're not in chains and someone's not like beating you and whipping you for not obeying, doesn't mean you're free. And I think that's like one of the biggest deceptions of what true freedom actually is. And it's hard to know what true freedom actually is when you're being sold a lie of what freedom is and you believe it. And so then you have a false perception of reality. And it's just, oh my gosh. All right. Oh, I need my sunglasses. Need those. It's too bright. Ugh. Yeah. When it's too bright outside, I can't keep my eyes open. They involuntarily close. And it is not very fun. I tell you guys, I love my cat. He's so funny. I just come outside, dude's laying on his back. Look at him. Oh, that's so funny. Tell you what, I am so excited for when the Lord provides this vlog camera for me. Oh, let me go put this on the other side. Because when he does, it's going to make filming so much freaking easier. And honestly, I feel like it'll make the videos more authentic. You know? Because then, like, I can just let the camera roll and oh, that's a water bottle. And do what I do. You know, and just sort through it all at the end of the day. But with my phone, I almost feel like it's staged in a way. You know, like sometimes it's like, oh, I want to record this, but like I'm doing this or I'm doing that and just, you know, and so it's like, it almost feels like staged in a way. You know, like, okay, I'm about to go to this racetrack and I want to record while I'm going there and kind of just sort through the footage later and talk, you know, or just say whatever. I don't know where it could go. But like, I can't do that because I need the GPS and I can't film with the GPS. Actually, thank you, Lord. Oh, Jesus, you're so good. See, this is why we do things with the Lord, because he's smarter. He knows what's up. Because check it out. Oh my gosh, that air is so stale. So I was going to just, because I wanted to use my mic, but so I won't use that, which would be fine. And then, uno momento. Okay, this is the idea. It just needs to work right. So I've got my CarPlay plugged up through my phone. But the issue is when the cord moves or whatever in the port, it disconnects. And so while my phone's plugged up, if I've got video going, when it disconnects, it stops the video. So that is kind of like the only issue. But so like that's the solution to my problem. It's not a very efficient one, but Lord willing, it'll get the job done with no issues. You see, so now I got my monopod stuffed in the seat, and then I got my phone plugged into the CarPlay, and so now I can vlog and film at the same time. Dang, Google lied to me, man. It's 40 minutes away, not 30. Jeez, dude, why is it so far? Oh, there better be a racetrack for me to drive on. But like, I mean, worst case, well, no, yeah, we're going to speak that into existence. Worst case scenario, the track is still operational and I'll have somewhere to go drive. And it's relatively close. Like, I can get there pretty quickly. So, not too bad. it could be a 3-hour drive. It's not. It's 40 minutes, which is not bad at all. Dude, I put like 1,000+ miles on my car a week. It's kind of ridiculous. Not like every week, but on average, I'm driving 1,000+ miles a week. Especially with like Uber and stuff. And then like everything else. Like, dude, I bought this car in 2023 with 20,000 and some change. It might have been 21,000 and some change. One of the two. And within the first like 3 months, I put 20,000 miles on it. Like that. I'm now at 100,000. I bought this car not even 3 years ago, and I've put 80,000 miles on it. That's wild. I just passed this place with a whole bunch of classic cars and stuff. Really nice cars. But then I remembered, I read some reviews on these guys, and apparently they look nice on the outside, but they're not actually very well sorted. It's like you pay for a really well sorted car, but then you find out a lot of it's just been covered and hidden, not actually repaired and restored. Which is one of the things like I'm learning about like cars, is like the outside might look nice, but when you get to like the inside, not just necessarily the interior, but like underneath everything, you actually find out how well sorted and taken care of the car is. You know, like my car's got 100,000 miles on it. When you open my engine bay and you look underneath, everything looks brand spanking new. I mean, obviously it's a little dirty, you know, just it's not like brand new, fresh out the factory looking metal, but like everything's clean. There's no like dirt and grime, and I can't stand that crap, dude. Like when I worked at a shop for 8 months and working on people's cars, the most annoying thing was sitting there taking stuff off, and I've got dirt falling in my mouth and all over my face and in my eyes, and it was just annoying. It's frustrating. You know, and just dirty cars. Clean your stuff, dude. The engine bay is a part of that. Pop the hood, spray the engine. Do your mechanic a favor. Like, I loved it so much when people would come in and their engine bay and everything underneath was clean. I'm not saying lay on the ground and, you know, pressure wash the underside of your car. But when you keep your engine bay clean, it keeps everything else clean. It really does. You know, if you got an oil leak, take care of it. That's like the biggest thing I feel like that dirties up engine bays. You know, obviously the neglecting of the cleanliness to begin with. But like once all that's built up and you start getting like oil leaks and stuff, now you got dirt, grease, grime all over the place. And it just makes the engine bay a nasty place, which honestly makes the car run worse. Like, it's just a buildup of terrible upkeep, poor stewardship, really. You know, and it's terrible. Like, my car's got its flaws, you know, but when you actually look at the car is clean and it is mechanically sound. Everything is clean. You know, yeah, it's got some paint chips and some defects here and there, but like that's normal minor wear and tear. You know, it's not a result of poor stewardship. It's a result of use. like, dude, if you go look on my hood, it looks like people have it looks like someone took a paintbrush and just whoosh. You know, there's just so many rock chips from all the driving. I do a lot of driving. It's kind of ridiculous. Dude, we are 12 miles away from this racetrack. I'm kind of excited. I'm excited and anticipation. Let's do it. I need some water. So, I've got very unfortunate news. Dang, dude. This place has been closed down for a very long time. Look at that. You can tell. You can tell this asphalt's old. And then, not to mention, all the overgrown grass and cheese. Dude, that sucks, man. That sucks. Dude, I was like totally getting excited. I was like geared up, like ready to, you know, I was gonna come over here and race, man, and do some driving. Man, but like check this out though, dude. Like, dude, if I had money, I'd be making a call right now. And I'd be figuring out how I can buy this thing. For sure. Because, like, there's already buildings here. Just gotta renovate them. Turn one of them into a house. And then have, like, my own racetrack. Cletus McFarland. Yeah. He bought a racetrack. That would be cool, dude. Like my own little racetrack. Let's see. That's a driver. I wonder if those people have anything to do with the racetrack. Damn, dude. That sucks. That really freaking sucks. Gotta turn down the music so I don't get copyrighted. Dude, I was hoping, if anything, there would be a way for me to, like, drive my car back there. I'm not giving up, though. I'm gonna scour the map. There's gotta be another way back there. There is no way that this is the only road in and off the property. There's just no way. I want all of this land. It's gonna be mine one day. It's gonna be mine one day. I don't know when or what it's gonna take. But mark my words. You, my 9 subscribers, mark my words. One day, this track, the whole property, The land and everything on it is going to be mine. Explains why there's no website. I figured as much, but I was like, might as well go see. You know what I mean? I'm a very much so like a screw it. No harm in going, you know? Like I could have just been like, it's shut down, no point in going, but no. Dude, and now I'm excited. I'm still excited. I got to figure out a way to get on to this property. Or, yeah, I'm going to figure out a way to get on this property, and we are going to go explore this racetrack. The track is closed, and I'm standing on the roof of my car trying not to dent the roof. But that's the racetrack, man. How cool would that be to own? Dude, like the whole property's just been, it looks like turned into something completely different. But the track itself is still here. That's pretty sick. Oh boy. I've never stood on the roof of my car before. That was interesting. Literally, you go down the whole road, and it's like private road, no trespassing. Literally down the whole entire road. And so I don't even know like what I'm going down, and it just looks like a whole bunch of like business stuff and whatnot. It was definitely interesting. But yeah, I was like, dude, where am I going? Like, what am I about to happen upon right now? Because it could have been anything. Dang, dude, that's a bummer. There is a house right here. So, like, and then plus everything I just told you about. So there's no way to, like, get on to the property. At least with my car. I could probably come back at like night and go like explore the property and stuff. There's even like a hangar over there. I don't know. I wonder how much of the original like property and buildings and all of that is still intact and for sale as a whole. Because I would buy it. Assuming I had the money. I would buy it and just renovate it. I think it'd be pretty cool. Man, dude, the Lord is so funny. I'm sitting here driving, I'm like, man, I gotta pee so bad. I'm hoping I can find a freaking gas station. And look. It's called Weemart. I had to take a wee, and the first gas station I see is called a Weemart. That's freaking crazy.